I'm Karen Parsons, and I'm working with Crafters Workshop, doing multi-mixed media stencils with mineral paper. So I'm going to go ahead and start, and I'm going to use some splash ink, which is just an acrylic watercolor, basically. And I'll start with just dripping it straight onto the paper, and you'll notice that the paper does not wrinkle at all. And I can mix it with other acrylics. Oh, I can I'll brayer this on. Nice and. I like brayers because it kind of reminds me of when I was a kid, and I don't have to get my hands dirty and wet, but I'm just going to put them on, and I can mix them all together. I can even mix this yellow and make a green. So they're in a mixable, which is kind of cool. Put it in different areas. So you can see they make their own new colors, which is kind of fun. If I want more, color, just make it more intense, then I can just bray it right on. So now I've got like a base of something going on, and I can use tools, stencils, but I'll wait for, I can either do the tool now, which is kind of fun, or I can lay a stencil on it. If I wait for this to dry a little bit, because right now it's puddled, but if I want to kind of take off most of the color, I can actually take off the color. So I've got like a little print, like a little plate surface. You can see if I use even one of these little things, I can draw on it. So it kind of reminds me of finger painting for adults. But the drier it gets, the less amount I can draw and do stuff on it. So if I take a stencil, it's really cool. I'll take this open part, this stencil here, and I'm just going to lay it out. And I can use a sponge or something sort of damp. Baby wipes work okay. They're a little wet though for this, but I'll give it a shot. So I can start to pull up color. And if I just leave a little puddle sort of in the middle, and I don't try to get it too wet on the outside, then I can use a sponge and kind of pull off the color. But still there's a little underneath. I'll go ahead and dampen that just a little. And I can pull up. So now I've got like a nice little, sort of a very basic design of the bird, just kind of an open area. What I did with the other, I took an M, which I know what I did. I took the same bird, right? I took the same bird, and I used this little brush, which is kind of cool. You can use a makeup sponge, but I like this really cool bamboo brush. It's from Clarity Stamp. Now I see who it's from. But it takes these inks, such as distress inks or archival inks, and it actually makes a very soft edge, similar to your makeup brushes. But I like it because it feels like a brush. It's like a stencil brush, but with a little softer material. So I'm now able to get a nice little edge. So I'm basically bringing out that edge. So now you can probably see underneath now. And I've got a little sort of an image going on. Then what's fun is I like texture. So I've got this really cool owl stencil.
It's highly competitive.
And I'm going to stick it right underneath I'm not using it for the owl stencil this time, but I'm just going to use it for the texture. And now that I see my outline, I can see it. So I'm just going to start picking up the design underneath with my pencil. So now I've got this really kind of layered, almost like reminds me of a nice silk screen. You make different plates or different screens so you can layer. And if I want to bring it the same thing, bring these legs and give more detail. And I can also use a lighter, if I wanted to do a lighter color, I'd use maybe a marker. But that brings out the design. So that's that, and then the last thing I did, there's more. I usually acrylic paints, or it can be any opaque paint. I've got a silver paint, and I have a chalk paint. So I'm just going to put it directly on, just put it on. Why not, right? It goes right on. And I can either brush it, the brush on this chalk paint doesn't work as well as, but I'm basically covering up what I just did. I'll just go around my little bird shape. Like this, make happy bird, there we go. And just bring in the details. And I don't really care what's happening here, as long as I work fast, because if it dries, then it's going to stay that way. If I wait, if I go quick enough, and I work while it's still wet, then I'm good. And so that's very last thing is get my little comb, and again I can take, you can get different tools like this, and you can just make your designs, or you can take your fingers and move them around. But there it goes. So I can pick up and just basically making more textures through the like that. So there we go. So you can actually pick up your colors that you had and keep working until you get what you like. And if you don't, what's really cool is you just wipe it right off. So if I let's say want to pick up, take this out, I can actually pull that out and, detail. So that's, and I can do this like all day. So, and it looks a lot better when you take it off the thing. So you can see different ones, different samples. I think I have one here. Whoops, this one here. So it's a little more sharper and more of a ghost image, and here's one that's a little sharper where I painted around it.
Be sure to like our video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Scrap Time Videos, to be the first to see the latest videos from CHA 2016.